Okay, here's another dream that I want to interpret for you, kind of give you some understanding of this. Dream is by Jessica. It was submitted on Facebook, and I want to read it, and I want to give you some understanding about it. I had a dream about a turtle. It was the sole image of the dream. I heard a voice that asked me, "Did you know that turtles can fly?" It sounded like it was the voice of an angel. "If you remove the shell little by little, and then the turtle will fly." Wow, that's a powerful dream. God was speaking something significant to you, Jessica, about this dream. That's why he used the image of a turtle. So let's look at what a turtle does. One of the great things that I used to do all the time in my classes when I taught about interpreting dreams is the Animal Planet is a great resource for learning about different functions of an animal. Because you have to ask yourself, why did God use the turtle and he didn't use a fish? There was something that God was speaking to Jessica about this. So what does a turtle do when it's afraid? It goes into hiding. It goes into this shell. It becomes a recluse for protection. So God was saying to you, Jessica, he said, little by little, he's going to remove this shell. As you remove this shell of protection, then you'll be able to fly. And flying represents moving into the things of the spirit, right? So God was saying, Jessica, quit being a recluse. Quit trying to hide, right? And not be seen. You need to remove this shell that's protecting you. And as soon as you get healing and you remove this shell, then you're going to start learning to fly, do things in the spirit. Now let's look at the difference between that turtle that God was speaking to Jessica and another example of a particular turtle. My son, when he was about 8 years old, I was training him to see in the realm of the spirit. So we were at church one day and I said, son, when you look at people, ask God to show you an animal over their head, a picture. So you can start learning to learn to interpret dreams. So I was training him when he was 8 years old. So he comes up to me, he's like, Dad, you see that guy over there? And I said, yeah. He's like, I see a turtle over his head. He's like, what does that mean? So I said, well, let's come on over there. So I come up to this guy and I said, I'm training my son and learning how to see in the realm of the spirit. He saw a turtle over your head. And the guy kind of laughed. He's like, what does that mean? And I said, this is what the Lord is saying. You feel like that all of your friends have run way ahead of you and have accomplished great things. But God is saying that if you stay the course and you continue to plow through and don't quit, that you'll eventually win the race and you'll beat some of your friends. Tears started rolling down his face, and my son was watching that whole deal. And so it was the same thing about interpreting a dream. I interpret the image. We have to interpret dreams from a spiritual perspective, that God knows the interpretation and release that, not clinical. This other guy, God was dealing with him feeling left behind. Jessica, she needs to remove her protection, her shell, come out of herself. And as soon as she comes out of herself, she'll be able to soar into the things of the spirit, God is saying. Anyway, hope that helps. And